Hey, Dave, good to see you.
Good to see all of you.
How was your wife's birthday yesterday? Good?
It's today, but
Oh, today. I'm sorry. I thought it was yesterday.
she's off stage left.
Oh, well, happy birthday to your wife from the CMR.
I think she can hear you. She's chuckling.
Is she? Well, we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy weekend, your wife's birthday. I'm sorry about that. But for everybody that should know, Dave is retiring from the EMT from the state of Minnesota. He works for EMT, Explore Minnesota, on 3/31. He's been with EMT for 31 years plus. He's had a long time. He first of all was out of Thief River Falls, and that's where he probably was for quite a while. But what, about 2 years ago, you moved down to Nevis, Dave?
Just within about the last 8 months formally.
Okay. Formally, last 8 months, he moved down to Nevis. So anyway, everybody should know Dave. Usually me and Patty sat with him a lot at conferences and workshops in the back corner. We'd sit back there and BS. He comes to almost all of our conferences and our workshops, and he gives us updates on things that are happening with Explore Minnesota and the tourism industry. He's our go-to guy. He's helped us with grants. We get it stopped now with COVID, but prior to that, we were getting I think it's $21,000 grant from EMT for advertising, and we would get some of that money back if we spent so much, it matched us and give us some back. So Dave's always helped us out with that. Dave has been our go-to guy when we've joined up with state of Minnesota and EMT on advertising stuff. He's also, I had personal experience with Dave helping run our board retreats. Dave was our go-to guy on helping us do our board retreats. So Dave, you've helped the CMR out in the tourist industry just immensely since you've been in office. And we just want to let you know how much we appreciate you and what you've done for us in our industry. So anyway, on behalf, as the president of CMR and our organization, we want to thank you for everything you've done for us in the past. And we wish you and your family the best going forward with your retirement and your plans. And a small token of our appreciation is we have gotten you a $200 gift card at Cragen's Resort that you and your wife can go out for supper, do a round of golf, weekend. I don't know what's in store for you, but anyway, that's a small appreciation, a small token of our appreciation for what you've done for us in the past. And we are going to miss you something immensely. But I will let you take over and say a few words if you'd like, Dave.
Well, you know me, I would never miss an opportunity. I just want to make sure you know how special resorts and especially you resorters are to Minnesota tourism. I've been lucky enough to work directly with CMR, I think, for over 25 years and have enjoyed every minute of it. The different people that I've come into contact with over that period of time has been very broad. And I sort of liken resorts to snowflakes. No one resort is like another. And the same is true of the resorters. And I think of all the good people that I've met over the time that I've worked with CMR. I definitely want you to know you're a very progressive organization. You've made great strides. You are passionate about what you do and you work exceptionally hard. One example of that hard work was Clint mentioned doing a planning retreat, and we were at Tim Arswald's place. I think we started at noon one day. We were still working at about 10 o'clock that night. And I think, if I'm correct, Tom Marnick and I were both snoring, but in between, we'd get up and probably talk a little bit more. So it's a real intense effort, and you really want to see everyone in your group succeed. I guess with that, I'd say the final would be is I'm not out of the industry. I will be done with Explore Minnesota on Wednesday formally. Already wrapped up my technology, and in fact, I'm down in the Twin Cities to return it to St. Paul tomorrow morning. but I am in your neighborhoods, and I do look forward to seeing you, whether it's on a golf course, on a lake, in town, wherever. So please continue doing what you do for Minnesota. You're needed, you're appreciated, and I just want to express my gratitude back. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Dave, like I said, you've done an outstanding job for us. And if anybody wants to say anything, turn your mic off and congratulate him on his retirement. And good job. We're going to miss you, Dave.
Thank you. I will miss you guys.
Dave, I would like to iterate, this is Tom Arnick, iterate that as well. It was a pleasure doing, I don't want to say business with you because it was more fun. You were always there to help. And I think the reason they put us together is because nobody else could tolerate either one of our snoring. So they just wouldn't bunk with us. So they stuck us together, thinking that we just snore each other to sleep. And I think it actually worked pretty well.
It did. It did. Thank you.
Thank you for all your help, and I'm just grateful of the help that you've given us, and I consider you a friend. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
I'm going to chime in too. So Dave, now you're my neighbor, so that's going to be fun, right?
It will be.
Yeah. So I had the pleasure of working with Dave for, well, many years, but 3 years as president of the CMR. And I can just say that Dave has just been an awesome advocate of our little niche. And so David, I've always appreciated that about you. You've been very good about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave, I just wanted to.
In addition to your,
Go ahead, Jim.
okay. In addition to your contributions to the resorters and the tourism industry, I've always appreciated your anecdotes and your stories. Every time you talk, it brings a smile to my face because you always have a way to relate it to a story of some sort that has humor and joy to it. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dave, again, thank you for all you've done for not just us in the resort industry, but the state of Minnesota tourism. And, Dave and I go way back to pre-resort days. I worked with them up in Grand Rapids. And I tell you what, since I've known him from day one, Dave's a class guy, and it's been a privilege to reconnect after a number of years, and truly wish you absolutely the best going forward. And please, if you're ever in the Cross Lake area, stop in and we can talk about old times and maybe even have a cocktail or two. So again, thank you for everything you've done for the state of Minnesota tourism, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
So Dave, Bob is not here today because he's up at his deer camp, but he told me to say farewell to you, and we all will miss you so much. Also, I know that's kind of your old stomping ground. So if you want to go ride around on those back roads and find him, he wouldn't mind that a bit.
All right.
I have one more thing too. Dave, you know how much we adore you and how much I've expressed appreciation, truly, just even on a personal level. Every time I've called you about our renewing our annual resort listing, your response right back was immediate and impressive. Truly, I don't think I've worked with anybody that just was so on the ball almost all the time. So it was truly remarkable. And I just wanted to give you kudos about that. And one other personal note, I'm hoping that we did not give you permanent nightmares that one fall conference that we had where I think it was Timberly that
I don't know what you're talking about.
A body in front of your door when we were doing that entertainment thing. Yeah, she's a little stinker. Hopefully that didn't leave you permanent damage, sir.
I kind of hope it did a little bit.
Timberly's lucky that the statute of limitations is only 7 years. I think you're in the clear now.
What will I do now at fall conference? It'll be so boring not having anyone to try and scare.
There are always new people. You've got a very good one to work with. Definitely reach out with Nicole and take advantage of the connections that we have between the organizations.
Oh, we sure thank you, sir.
Dave, that just goes to show you, you got a good sense of humor like most of us resorters that belong to the CMR anyway. And we like to have a little fun and chum it up once in a while. So you fit right in with us.
It was a little scary to see the top of somebody's head at the bottom of my peephole.
So Dave, any hint as to what you're going to be doing in your retirement? I bet you're going to buy a resort.
Now my wife is really laughing in the other room. Immediate plans are in fact, that's one of the reasons I'm down in the cities is I've got a grandson down here. Also work a little bit on my golf game so you don't hear as much cussing in the Park Rapids area, hopefully. Get a better tan than I've ever had. And for right now, rest. I'm always looking for opportunities, something new to do, and I'm open to listening to a lot of things. But after 31 years here and another probably 9 in the resort up in Grand Rapids, I think it's time for a little bit of a rest.
Oh, good for you.
Dave,
Well
if I could-
deserved.
Dave,
Can
if
we
I could
chime
ask
in?
offline, if you can email me your mailing address, please.
I'll shoot you something after the fact if that works.
Yep, I'd just like to be able to mail that gift card out to you.
Okay. I definitely appreciate all of you. Again, your personalities, your drive, what you give back to the state of Minnesota. I mean, it's been fantastic. And it's been a very good 25 plus years. Again, thank you.
Again, Dave,
Hi,
from the
man.
CMR, we appreciate everything you've done for us. And I believe Jim Worley has your token of our appreciation. So he'll get that sent off to you and enjoy. And happy birthday to your wife. And sorry, we had to intrude in on her day. Sorry.
You're not intruding, and if it's all right with you, I think I'll go silent. My understanding is you're going to Resorter of the Year, and I'm curious and like to hear.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
You have a great one. Thanks, everyone. I definitely appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you.